For Fiesta. Has the Swifties to try to dodge those cooldowns, but if one connects, it's so easy for JoJoPune to chase him down. As MKOI setting up on a second Drake, and well, there's a Wukong walking topside, so it seems like they're just going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, Syndra has no TP and JoJoPune has it, and this is the problem when you don't have a TP top laner, is you lose a lot of those map plays. You could theoretically have had your Rumble top here with TP, and if you want to contest this Drake, he can then TP down. But because you have the Ghost, you really need to make fights happen as a 5-man unit. You can't really play as split. You see, MKOI is playing a very wide game state, while Vitality really needs to try to constrict it a little bit. As now Dive comes out here, but the Galio ult I think will just be enough to save him. But Fiesta has to flash out.
He has to force flash. Okay! Oh, that last tower shot, that last stick of poison. Not a very climactic first blood, but a first blood MKOI are happy to receive.
I mean, that was disgusting. JoJoPune's damage there, and it really highlights why that first touch is so good and why Cassio has risen in popularity. The fact that she can just constantly reapply that burning dot. Time is ticking away.
It does feel like a kind of composition where if you just all push your buttons on one person, they'll die.
Absolutely.
Now, I can't promise that you'll win the fight after that. It could be tricky, but Fleshy might not even make it to the fight. Lockdown, layered CC, the miasma there. Carzzy standing behind, but he just doesn't do a damn thing. Second kill over to MKOI. And Vitality are falling apart a bit. That was messy. They didn't have control of the bottom side, and now it's Carzzy who looks to be next on the list. Flash forward, Zenith Blade cleanse out, but now the exhaust is going. They're debating if they can go for anything else. They will respect the potential roam there as they lost sight on Fiesta.
Well, I will say Carzzy is getting a lot of value out of his flash. He's using it every single time it's off cooldown, so that's kudos to him at least. First item, so gold lead doesn't really matter. The fact that MKOI is up.
Clone, split, Lince is immediately going to go for the world, but he's already been locked up. They found the real target. JoJoPune's just on the chase. Q flash forward, coming in from LYON.
They're just
Fleshy running away.
Every single time Vitality pulls the trigger, MKOI players just walk away and they get everything they want.
1v1 in the bottom lane was going in the favor of Knock, who has already used the equalizer. Will force the flash out of Mirwin. So that's the silver lining here, but instantly deletes that wave with the power of the Hollow Radiance and the Winds of War. So not a lot else for Knock to grab, as there's a 1v1 happening on the top side of your screen, and in the meantime, LYON's taken the Herald. So things once again coming up MKOI. They finally grouped. It finally looked like they might find the angle, but MKOI recognizing their power, just start the fight first.
Yeah, and I think this also really highlights why the Leona is so strong into the Camille. You are just so tanky and you can just go in and lock her down completely every single time.
Walking at Fleshy. This is a world, we've seen a lot of Camille's. You know, you get 1 or 2 kills early, you're accelerated, you get that Sundered Sky, you're unkillable. Fleshy is not that Camille. Does at least have the Bloodsong, has completed his support quest.
Look at Mirwin is opening up here behind as well, but so is Knock. This might be a 5v5.
This is a lot committed
for a Gromp.
But Vitality are down to clown. They're down to fight, man.
I mean, Dragon is up bot side, but we are 5-manning the Gromp. I respect it.
They really don't like that Gromp. Or Linces, apparently, as Linces is in trouble now. Carzzy winning over the wall. Oh, I don't think Alvaro wanted that one. Now he's a little bit too far. In enemy territory, the root is there. Like MKOI, will they leave a man behind? They probably should. Oh, nasty sidestep from Alvaro. Ulti shield now coming in, giving a little bit more. Lince is still locked up. There's no follow-up damage, so he will just die. But Mirwin trying to chase down Fleshy. Supa can't land a Q. Fleshy a little bit too clean with it. 4-shot. This is getting bad really fast. This is great deep for Vitality. Supa finally able to go over the wall. Lince is now going to fall. The equalizer not enough. Fleshy debating if he can go in again. Hookshot EQ Supa. Ooh. Remember, he's firing mostly blind there. I don't think that ward gives him quite perfect vision. The Drake still looks like it's going to go in favor of MKOI, but that entire mess of plays did favor MKOI, but Vitality happy to at least get some kills on the board.
I mean, they pushed their buttons and they got some kills, but you see again, they're just enamored by this topside jungle. They really want to fight there. I really want Vitality to implement the Rumble a little bit more in these fights.
Knock up there. Ulti coming in from Mirwin. Linces and Carzzy already on the retreat. Well, it's retreat. I said retweet.
Maybe something's happening there. We said we want the Vitality to implement the Rumble more. Now JoJoPune caught out.
Flashed away. Fleshy on the chase. Can try to lock him in the Thunderdome. Fiesta coming in from behind. JoJoPune still living for quite a long time here, hoping to take down Fiesta. Good pick for Vitality. A lot of ultis used, but well worth it to take down JoJo. He was at 3-0, now at 3-1.
I mean, they needed some shmoney and they just got it. But Mirwin will take a plate in the bot lane. Let's see if Vitality can get something more on the top side.
Gets rid of NAVI building it, which is fantastic, because kind of hated that.
I did see a lot of Nami's bite in my solo queue games though.
On accident?
Changed. Yeah, because they didn't read the patch notes and they were just completely useless.
Hey, if you land the bubble in the ulti, man, there's some value there at the very least. All right, top lane tier 1 going down, but Mirwan's already moving in. Maybe hoping to find an exit kill.
Yeah, looking for Linces here. Has the flash.
A minute until Soul. So if they find a kill on Linces here, that's it for the Dragon Soul. Linces now running for dear life. Warrior Trickster out, but now the chase comes in, the point and click. It's all too easy for MKOI. The absolute worst possible scenario for Vitality as they lose their jungler.
Monkey see, monkey do, monkey die. As now MKOI might turn to the Baron instead. Maybe don't even care about the soul, but now Judgment is against on mid lane. Just gonna be a stun, maybe.
Initial start to the pick. Follow-up is there from Fleshy, but now Mirwan's on the way in. That Magic David shield keeping JoJo standing. It's all falling apart. Carzzy is dead as well. Vitality looking loose, looking scared, looking messy as MKOI take their sweet time. They pick off Fleshy. They're debating if they want to go for another fight, but I think the Soul might feel a little bit better. 7 seconds left on Linces.
Decision to go for the Soul here. Once again, Vitality pushed their buttons, but at what cost? They didn't find anything. I think Fleshy found a good denial of the Petrine Gaze from JoJo, but they didn't have the damage or the people to kill him in time. I don't think the equalizer came down on him. Because now Naknako has that ultimate, really wants to find something, dodge some skill shots, get some poke damage, because if they get this dragon, it is very tough for Vitality to play the game.
Supa has lost some HP, but Fiesta is without ultimate, has Protobell, has the flash, finds the initial stun. Mirwan now in trouble as Naknako pushes up. Aftershock gonna fade. Mirwan, nice moves, but the burn should just finish him off. But Naknako, the flash into the enemy team. He does connect the equalizer onto 3. It's a decent amount of chip damage, and it might push MKOI back enough to stop the play, but now it's the flash out from Fiesta. Deadly Flourish doesn't connect. Fleshy, hook shot, the wall dive, not quite in time. Exhaust already there, Fleshy about to drop. Linces retreating, and once again, MKOI have taken a favorable exchange. 2 for 1 in their favor. It's Naknako and Fleshy fall in exchange for Mirwan, and now it's just going to be sole point for the side of MKOI.
Yeah, I don't think Linces can get into that pit and steal it. It would require a miracle for him to deny this dragon, but it might be looking.
Linces, we're not going to get it. Cloud Drake, Cloud Soul for MKOI.
Definitely terrifying for a team that has been running away from you all game. Now they're going to run at you very, very, very fast as we look back at his replay. It starts with Naknako finding a lot of harpoons onto Mirwan, getting a lot of chunk damage. But the thing is, sure, he's going to kill him here, but he goes so deep to kill him, and suddenly that's all your damage right now. Rumble with the equalizer is up. He just puts it down before he dies, but it just walked out of. And in the end, it's just going to be a 3-4 as Fiesta is dead.
And it does feel like Vitality, they had lost control of the game a while ago, but this is really the moment where I felt like they lost control. Naknako full focusing on that single kill instead of backing up.
Yeah, I mean, what you can do there is you take the big chunk onto Galio and use the fact that you are a 2-item Rumble, almost full HP. They don't have a top laner, and then walk into that river. Maybe some magic can happen, but right now, you're just going to give this Baron. They're trying to get some kind of cross-map on bot, but I think LYON is going to TP down there and just clear out that wave with that Hollow Radiance.
And you can hear the once raucous arena is dead quiet.
They're not enjoying this that much.
Ain't nobody in this house excited about MKOI kicking the hell out of Vitality. And they're going to be extra not excited when Jojo Pyun comes out of that bush and kills Carzzy, who's dead. Wow. Okay. Folks, I'd love to give it a little more sauce, but there's not a lot of sauce to be had here. They're just getting run down. Naknako running out to safety. Knockup just barely clipping him. And he's going to be dead because every single piece of CC in the world is available to MKOI. And it's making it so easy for them to push this lead.
Well, it turns out MKOI with a lead is pretty good still in our league. I think good snowball from them this game.
Good with the lead when they have CC. I don't want to see another Nafiri Karma.
Nafiri Karma Mordekaiser did a hit for you as now JoJo.
Cloud Soul Jojo Pyun. Should be impossible for Linces to get away. It is. It's Jojo Pyun now on a rampage. It's a 7K gold lead. And remember, the early stages looked close, but it was on MKOI to weather the storm of what a Camille can do, of where she can go in the early game. And they really did a good job. It was that single trade in the bot lane that sparked hope for Vitality. But the rest of this game, they've been playing down. They have been living in Zugzwang.
Yeah, I mean, Zugzwang is absolutely good.
That is their home.
It's the correct term to describe it, absolutely, because the thing with Camille is that there's a lot of pressure on the Camille to make things happen. If you don't, the game will just look like this. You do not scale quite as well as the Leona. In those fights, the Leona is tankier, has more CC, and can peel better than you. What you can do is pick people, but no one really has been picked.
And I think that if you're an incredibly creative player, Camille is a champion that can still, even in an even game, do a lot of work. But if you're not in 100% in the right mindset, if your team coordination isn't on point, I think it's just so hard to force and find those angles. And it's just really limited vitality in this game. MKOI are just walking on a victory march,
and we're going to have to see a last stand here soon from Vitality. You need to find some kind of fight. Maybe a pick onto Merwin is the thing you need. Maybe if you flash onto Jojo who doesn't have flash. Right now, the game is falling apart. You need to take charge of it.
Onto Jojo. Immediate combo comes in. Jojo able to get some CC down, but Mirwin's ulti keeps him standing. The movement speed steroid from Cloud is disgusting. All of Vitality running. That's all they had in the tank, and it wasn't enough to even find a single kill. Linsis dead. Carzzy dead. Fiesta and Fleshy doing what they can to hold the line as Knock-Knocko steps out of base. Don't know where Knock-Knocko is going. He's just walking away to make sure he can fully recall. That's respectable. Will heal right back up when he gets there. MKOI poised to end it. Refused to hold the wooden spoon. Determined to pass it to the side of Vitality as Fleshy. No agency, no chance to make a play. Alvaro goes in one more time, and Fiesta going to drop down yet again. MKOI absolutely the better team from start to finish in game one as they move up in the series.
And Knock-Knocko once again has to stare at his Nexus fall while all his teammates lie dead on the ground. Tough game from Vitality. I really want to see more from them in this game too. I really need to see this team wake up, because right now they are sleeping.
I agree. We need to see more, and it's one of those games where it's like, I don't know what it is, but I hope they have a strong idea. I hope they make it clear to us, because it feels like everything was falling apart. But we've said what we have to say. Let's see what the desk has cooked up when it comes to talking about this game.
Yeah, we got a special desk as well, because Froggen is joining us together with Odo to talk about this absolute shellacking that Movistar KOI dealt to Vitality, I have to say. Froggen, were you impressed by what you saw on the Rift?
It kind of felt a bit like a stomp.
Oh, yes. It was a slow one as well, so maybe it brought back memories for you, because back in the day, they were all slow.
It was very slow. I mean, this felt pretty fast compared to back in the day. We would have